Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hardcore Heroes, where your DM makes fun of your country all the time because he's self-conscious about his own. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. Yeah. Enjoying my limited freedoms.
Yeah, my freedoms are also very limited in Denmark.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you just got to go and shoot someone and you can't because no longer.
I'm not allowed to wield any kind of sort of weapon, like no knives longer than this, and no guns.
And you can only fly your kites to a certain height. You know,
yeah, all restricted.
100 meters.
100 meters is the highest you can fly a kite.
You can't start a for-profit prison, or you can't be, sell medical services.
I mean, I'm doing great because I live here in America. So
Sean's
during the pre-show, we like to, be total assholes to each other sometimes. So, how are you guys been doing? What's going on in your lives? And Sean, it's been a couple of weeks. What was so important last week that you had to miss the most important thing in your life?
My nephew turned 1, and I drove back for his birthday party.
I'm sure he will treasure that memory for all time.
Yeah, I think that was more for my brother's benefit. I think it was something more for my brother's benefit than for the nephew's benefit, because I definitely that.
Older brother, younger brother?
Older brother, much older. Oh God, I'd be scared if he already had a kid and he was younger than me. But no, than that, I haven't done much gaming. I got back into RuneScape because I've been really busy with school, and that game is perfect for I start it, I fish, and I just do homework while my character does all the fishing. It's one of those games that you don't really have to do any work in order to play. So it's I do homework for 3 hours, and I got 3 levels in fishing. Yeah.
Reminds me of Eve Online.
Yeah, it's the same, except it's Eve will suck up a lot of processing power, and then RuneScape just doesn't require anything.
Nice. Cool. What about you, Max?
Yeah, I've been practicing a lot of Counter-Strike Go. There's going to be an upcoming school tournament. Well, against different schools. So I ranked up recently from Legendary Eagle Master to Supreme.
Seriously?
And yeah.
Is that really good, is it?
Well, that's the second highest. I was global at some point, but then I deranked twice.
You're that good of a Counter-Strike player?
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to represent my school, and we'll see how that goes. I've been grinding a lot, and yeah.
How high was Jeff, Neil? He used to talk about that, didn't he?
I have no idea.
Well, I was also almost Grandmaster in StarCraft 2 at 2010 to 12.
Whoa. I thought I was the best StarCraft player.
That's a different story.
Fuck.
Well, okay, 2010 GM is very different than...
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, 2010 GM.
I played against a lot of professional players. I went to Copenhagen Games and part in those kinds of tournaments.
2010 I was top diamond, so whereas a very different standard back then.
Max, that's pretty badass though. Which race did you play?
Protoss.
What?
Oh, well, that fucking explains it.
Yeah, never mind. I don't even care anymore.
I played at, my average APM was 120, so that's...
You must have been really good at 4 gates.
That's pretty high for a Protoss player.
Yeah. It's A1.
Did you 4 gates, everyone?
A1A, 1A.
Well, I actually had 3 hotkeys for my army, and the rest are for buildings.
Admit it, did you 4 gates, everyone? Every game?
Not every game, but I like to do it time to time. When I get cheese one game...
Flip a coin? Do we 4-gate? Yeah, we 4-gate.
I also like to do the Void Ray, proxy Void Ray strat. That was some good shit. I also played a lot of Hearthstone, but that's something else too. I was rank 3 legend rank at some point, about a half a year ago. So rank 3 in legend. Yeah, just things I do.
Damn.
Have you spent a lot of time in Korea?
No.
What is
This is why I go to esport school. So
right.
Yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense. Is that how you got in? Was on your applications? What games have you reached the top rank of?
Yeah,
how are you
I actually have to write a long list of games that I'm good at.
Really?
Well, that's so cool. What school is this?
It's in Denmark.
I should have gone.
Kobehosu, which means Copenhagen South, which doesn't make much sense, but it's the name of the school. And yeah.
Hell, Max.
What is top tier Hearthstone play like? Because I saw some people talk about it, and they said that it's a very like you have very limited options. So for the most part, there's like a clear best choice every time you have a turn about what card you should be playing. Is it like that, or is there more skill level? I've played Hearthstone, but then I saw that it was completely pay to win, and I quit.
When you grind ladder, you just pick one deck that has the best win rate, and then you just get to high rank. Like you just play a meta deck, basically. It's not. It's if you're playing tournaments, yeah, you pick the top 3 meta decks. Basically, you don't make your own decks. Just play the meta decks if you want to get good. It's like no point. You're gonna lose if you're gonna use too much time on creating your own deck.
I tried to do that. It's easier said than done, though. Like, I mean, I tried to play a meta deck and couldn't get to Legend, so it's still a lot of skill.
Too bad.
Yeah, we all know you're bad at video games. It's nothing new.
Hey, now look, I was also master. I thought I was the best StarCraft player, but he did play Protoss, and like in 2010, Zerg were really underpowered. So I think I would have been Grandmaster. I played Protoss.
Too bad it's a dead game now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bastion, cheer us up.
Well, I was at my first seminar trip. Got to get together with a group, learn about the people, enjoy the company.
Business seminar, I take it? Business seminar for your job?
I'm doing, kind of. I'm doing a ecological year. That's a thing here in Germany. You can do 1 year of work, small payment in a specific ecological job or in this area. And this seminar is about, informing people about stuff, about the seminars, planning the following seminars, and getting together with other people.
What sort of ecological work are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm doing currently more like organizing things, office work, watching film.
But not for any particular program. You're not like cleaning up the Pawnee River or anything.
No, that's more of a project. We are doing projects, and I'm going to do a more informing one in a school or multiple schools here in Potsdam. And we'll see how this goes. Well, week was tiring. Came back today. I'm a bit tired, but
well. This will be the nice, relaxing thing that you don't have to pay too much attention to while the goblins rip you to shreds. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right. Nicholas, I hear you're going to Italy.
I'm going to Italy in 10 hours. Yeah, to Bologna. I don't know if no one's probably from there. I heard it's a big student town, but it's where they make the best food and wine in Italy, apparently. So
wait, is your full name actually Nicholas?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
I was just guessing, but all Nicks are usually Nicholas's.
Yeah. And then I've been just at work. It's been a good week at work, but I've got some days off now. I've been playing StarCraft. I've been playing a game on my phone. Anyone who's got an Android phone, you probably heard of it, but Pixel Dungeon. That's a fucking sweet game.
Yeah, I have that.
And I've downloaded a different version called Pixel Dungeon Shattered. And there's loads of like new items and stuff, and the classes are more distinct. It's Shattered Pixel Dungeon, yeah. It's the shit. You should try it out, Neil. It's like a roguelike. You probably like it because it's like that Angband one.
Fuck Angband.
Right, well.
See,
that game makes my blood boil still a year later. Just...
I couldn't watch you. I don't know how people watched you play it. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I've played Pixel Dungeon. My issue with it was the touch screen, where I'd like hit this square that I want to go to, or I'd try to like click on somebody to attack, and it would be like, oh, you meant one tile away from where you actually pressed, right?
They've got this thing in it.
Fat, Sean.
Well, like
big and
apparently, like. Yeah. But I have like a giant phone screen though. This thing is ridiculous. I can't even use it with one hand, so I don't know how that's possible.
So your fingers are really fat, is what you're
apparently, yeah. I have no finger dexterity. Dexterity score of 3.
Ever since Hearthstone came out on the phone, I only played that on my phone. Like, there's no other game that compares
I can't play on my phone. It's too small to. It's too small to enjoy.
By
Yeah.
the way, Neil, only 57 days to go.
457 days till Angband.
The hype is real.
You know what? That's over a year still. The Angband start date, for those of you wondering, is January 1st, 2018. So,
Wow.
Why did you promise that?
I got really
Bad run.
really ragey after a particularly bad run in Angband. After a series of particularly bad runs in Angband. And I just raged and threw down the game, and people said, when you pick it up again? I said, oh, sure, like 2018. And then people started keeping track of how far away that was. So now I get a constant reminder that I'm going to play Angband on January 1st of 2018. And every time someone says something about it, it makes me hate the game just a little bit more.
Should we get going? 'Cause it's been like half an hour now.
Yeah. Let's get this game off the rolling. So where the hell are we?
In the
Right,
forest.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do a recap, right? But I do it. But the newbies need the XP, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I did last time, so...
It doesn't matter. You're all gonna die. So.
No, don't say that.
Max, you go for it. You might get a spontaneous level up.
Oh,
I find that
a level
extremely
up. Well,
likely.
if I get a level up right in the beginning of the session, then I think I'll do a recap. Well, yeah. What did we do last time? Well, we went to the Goblin Village, and Malachi did some aerial bombardment with fireballs and rolling balls of flames, and while the rest of us, we tried to save the peasants on the farmlands around the Goblin encampment, but were all cowards and stayed.
Yep.
After we said we have to retreat because there were an overwhelming amount of goblins. But we killed off their goblin leaders, so that's pretty good. And then we had to escape, so I was slow. I couldn't catch up with the party. Everyone left me behind for a moment, but then Malachi came back for the rescue. I'm at 1 HP. He absorbed a lot of arrows and made me invisible while I escaped. And then, I haven't met the party since. Now the party is doing their own stuff while I do my own.
You
Basically.
missed out an important point, though. Wolf got eaten by a crocodile.
Well, there's the reason I don't mention it, because it's a sad thing. A sad day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that happened in my mind.
At least you got an armor who can fix up that chainmail, the dog chainmail armor.
Dog chainmail, yeah. So Max is split up from us because he was the only one who moved at half movement rate because he's a dwarf, so he basically had to leave him behind. But before I do that, I turned him invisible, so at least he wasn't immediately run down by the goblins. I think we're going to start this session trying to find Morin.
Can you boost your mic volume a little bit, Nick?
Me? Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
better?
There you go.
I always think that halflings and dwarves run at movement rate 9 because that kind of makes sense. And then I remember it's 6 because I run at movement rate 9.
In 5e, it's only 5 feet slower. Like,
It's
so little, and in 2e, it's half. Like, what?
yeah.
Well-
9 makes, I don't know. I think it's one of those things where it's like, if they just had legs that were twice as long, they'd be able to run twice as fast, is the 2e logic.
I mean, you can outrun a child pretty well, though, right?
Yeah, but they have like underdeveloped muscles is part of the issue.
Well, I mean, these are dwarves, right? I mean,
That's true.
How much do you really expect out of them?
Yeah, dwarves are really just drunk children. So.
Yeah. So how many sessions did it take for the party to abandon the dwarf that they met up with? Was that one session?
We met him the session before, so 1.5.
1.5 sessions to abandon
Yeah.
the dwarf in the party.
It's okay though because we have some sweet strats planned out for finding them.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Do we
you
wanna
guys
sum up
are
this?
in the woods.
hmm
I believe it's morning.
Yeah, we just woke up, memorized spells, and we haven't done
Right.
anything.
Van Helsing, Malachi, and Kane. No,
Kind.
Kine.
Kine.
Thank you. Spent a night trying to fend off giant blood-sucking mosquitoes. Meanwhile, Morin is gone. Morin and I know where Morin is. The rest of the party is kind of wandering the woods, headed northward, hoping to run into Morin. But you guys stopped, right? And you were about to turn around and head back south?
I think we south.
Yeah, we were arguing about it, and I think that's where we left off.
I think we should go south.
I think we were going to go to the beach and look for tracks.
Well,
Right.
so we've just finished learning spells.
Right.
Well, what do we do then, Van? Do we think he's dead?
If you give me another hour, I can memorize something new. I can use locate object.
I turned him invisible. I think it probably last. What time of day was it, Neil? When we cast the invis? Like
On
4
Morin?
hours after sunrise.
On who?
Yeah, on Morin.
It was while you were attacking the goblins. You were running
while
away
we were
from
running
We
away.
were escaping from the goblins.
Yeah, we didn't. That was like 3 or 4 hours after sunrise.
Yeah.
So he's probably got another 3 or 4 hours,
Yeah.
or at least he's not going to get killed by those mosquito things. But I think if we
Right.
take much longer than that to find him, he's probably.
It'll be an hour. I think it's our best bet for finding him. We want to find him before the invisibility wears off.
Yeah, but where do you think he is?
Well, we could scour the beach for tracks. It's easier to find them in the sand, and easier to spot any goblin tracks.
Possible. Do you think he would have walked along the beach though? Leave easy tracks for the goblins to follow?
If he saw our marks on the trees, then yes, probably. And he's
He is
invisible.
pretty stupid.
I wouldn't
He might
say that, but
I think either way, we should wait an hour for me to memorize a couple new spells that I'll use to help track him down.
good.
All right.
How far away is the beach, Neil, from where we are?
I think we were about 20 minutes off the beach is
Yeah.
where we walked to get to this.
Okay. I guess we wait then.
Alright, so you wait for an hour.
Yeah.
to-
So Van says, keep me secret, keep me safe. And then he casts Snap on himself.
Okay.
And now the random encounters.
Yeah. Now the whole goblin horde descends on us.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm standing beside the van, just in case.
Standing next to invisible van, just in case.
Hmm.
He's not invisible.
Oh, sorry, you were asking how you didn't cast invisibility on van.
No, it was Morin.
Right. Sorry.
Plus, we fought the mosquitoes last night, so I would have broken it anyways.
Right. Take a look.
I've got so many spell levels to cash in on at the end of the session. God.
All right. So an hour passes. Van Helsing wakes up from his nap. He cannot nap again for another 18 hours, which means
Yep.
he can't nap again until he sleeps, basically.
Yeah. So, first thing I want to do, there's a second level spell called Idea. I'm just pulling up spell list to confirm that it is second level. I want to take Idea, and I want to, well, first I'll memorize both. So I take Idea and Locate Object. And I want to cast Idea and get a mental image of specifically Morin's battle axe. Specifically his. Like, I want to count the nicks along the side and their positioning, where it's starting to rust over and start to be ill-maintained. Like, I want a clear mental image of
And
specific.
Idea will do that for you, won't it?
Yeah, it'll give me some sort of important piece of information. Let me read it really fast.
So far, the only use of that spell we've managed to muster.
Yeah, I seem to recall.
In game terms, the DM reminds the priest player of a fact or event that has been forgotten, overlooked, or discounted.
Okay, that'll work. So you get a good idea of Morin's battle axe because you've seen it before. How close have you ever been to it? You've never held his battle axe.
I've never held it, but I think like I probably noticed that he had a battle axe and just went, "Oh, okay, it's a battle axe," and he didn't
And
really think
We
that.
fought side to side in a few battles already.
Yeah,
We were
like
back-
I've seen him use it, but I don't think Van ever really noticed it beyond it being a battle axe. I think he just went, "Oh, I'll never need to know like what it specifically looks like."
We'll say
Right.
details overlooked. So
Yeah,
Hmm.
which is why I think Idea was. the
Yeah, but
plan.
there's a level of detail that's overlooked here. Let's Let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, you do get apparent. You've seen his battle axe close enough, or you happen to have casually observed it well enough that the idea spell will work for you. In situations like this, where you may not have had direct contact with the item, I will make a check to see whether or not you will have had spent enough time with it to be able to get an idea about it. But in this situation, you have.
That makes sense. And then after that, I cast Locate Object. The range on it is 120 yards. So I can see if he's within 120 yards of me, it'll like basically just swivel me in the direction I need to look to find him. And it lasts for 8 hours.
Nice.
All right.
Slowly turns and senses where he's facing. So it's not like walking and it'll ping on your radar. It's walk, stop, think, focus. No, I don't see it. Okay, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So it does require, I think, a round of focus to be used. Its range is 60 yards plus 10 yards per level. What level are you?
6, so it's 120 yards.
Okay.
So a little over a football field.
So basically, you move at movement rate 6, because you move 120 yards, stop and focus. Move 120 yards, stop and focus.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like I could always just like run if need be, but yeah, we would essentially travel at movement rate 6 to do it.
Right.
How
And
far
then,
are we in yards from the beach?
20 minutes in yards.
Yeah, because I think we should try and work out the spell so we're 120 yards from the beach when we cast it. But first of all, we need to decide which way we're going. So maybe we should.
To be honest,
check for trucks.
if I was alone out in the wilderness, I think I would just keep going. I don't think I would stop to sleep. Like he doesn't know when that invisibility spell is going to wear off.
Yeah. Plus
I wouldn't feel comfortable sleeping on my own out in the wilderness. I think I would sooner pull a dwarf and just travel through the desert and nearly die of dehydration before I stop to sleep.
I suppose that is what Darth did.
He's also badly hurt, so well, he can't go on like this forever.
He was a tough son of a bitch, though.
Yeah, I think he might have passed this up in the night. We stopped for an entire night to rest.
Well, he moves at about half the speed of us. We stopped for
No,
8
not
hours.
really.
He moves a little bit fast because I move at movement rate 9. So
Me too.
yeah.
Oh, right. 2/3. Okay. So he's probably, yeah, I suppose
I think he
he
passes
went
up.
all night. Well, maybe we should check the beach, though. What do you think?
Sure. I think we should head toward the beach and then just start going north.
So we'll go to the beach and then walk back in 120 yards and then go up.
Sure. If he's going in the right direction, then he'll keep pace with us anyways, because we're going to have to go a little bit slower for the locate object spell.
Yeah, I will check around for tracks.
All right, let's head to the beach then. Keep an
All
eye
right.
out for goblins.
I'll go and,
They're around here.
so that took under an hour. So here's my full spell list for the day after those spells have been cast.
Tree. Come on now.
Just in case. Don't worry about it. You've got
On
into
the
this
way
thing.
to the beach near, though, about 10 minutes in, I maybe stop for half a minute and look around the immediate area. Do I see any tracks? Maybe
On the sand?
from goblins? No, about halfway to the beach. Maybe if they moved in the forest.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, keep an eye out for goblin tracks, I suppose. How long do we look for him before we just assume he's dead? I think if it gets to the end of tonight, then
Maybe.
Shall I make a check, Neil?
I'm gonna make a check in secret because I'm gonna make my checks in secret.
Okay.
Because you don't know if you're in an area where there would be tracks or not, and
Yeah.
so I don't want you to be
No,
like,
yeah.
oh, I rolled a 20. I can definitely say 100% sure that there are no tracks here. You know, that you're not in
Yeah,
a place
okay.
where you know there are tracks and you're just looking for them. Where is and what is your wisdom?
My wisdom is 14.
Hey, you find no tracks anywhere.
Good.
all right.
No
No
tracks of any kind.
tracks. Let's hope it stays this way, at least for goblins.
Let's hope so. All right, let's carry on to the beach.
Sure. So I guess we're going a little bit slower than usual because we can't. We have to do locate object spell. So it's like movement rate 6 that we can keep the spell going.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay. So you head north.
Okay,
we're going to the beach and then we're going to go north. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We look at the beach for any tracks.
Okay. You get to the beach. You find the sands are pristine, untouched. Maybe a couple of sea lions down the beach to the south a little ways. That's about it.
All right. Well, if there's nothing here, let's walk 120 yards back into the forest, and then walk north for a few hours. I don't know how far.
Let's do 60 so that we can keep a little bit of overlap onto the beach in case he is walking along the beach like an idiot.
Well, no, because it's 120 yards radius, isn't it?
Yeah. So if we go 120 yards in, it would only go to the edge of the beach. So if we go back into because I assume we're like right along the edge right now, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
To be like walk.
The range of the spell is 240 yards, right? 120 yards in either direction. So
yeah, I thought we were like right on the edge of the. I guess if we're like in the middle of the beach right now, then sure, we can go back in 120 yards. I was thinking that we were right at the tree line right now.
No, we are looking for tracks on the beach, so
okay,
we would be.
Do you see what we're trying to do, Neil? We're trying to guess the area of the spell so that it covers from the beach to as far out as we can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should also stop from time to time to look for any signs of goblins.
Well, you just keep an eye out. We're going at half speed anyway, so I think you can just keep an eye out.
I'm keeping my eye out.
Okay. So you guys head north.
Do
Maybe
you
half
see-
an hour into your northward journey, you come across what appears to be a mama bear and a pair of cubs. The cubs are starting to climb up a tree, and the mama bear is down below them, nudging the bottom one up a little bit.
training them into horrible killers.
Let's just
better
take a wide berth.
Yeah.
Sure. If they move toward us, Kine, you said you have a way with animals, right?
Yeah, but I don't trust the mother with cubs. They're quite aggressive and protective.
Fair enough. Perhaps we should give it a wide berth.
You guys start to move away and trying to go around it, and the mama bear sniffs in the air and then turns, looks right at you guys, and starts to give a low growl.
Kine, I think now might be a good time for that animal friendship of yours.
Well, I have a bit of knowledge about it. We are going to step back slowly, keeping our eyes on the bears. If the mother does anything against us, you stand in front of me.
Sure.
So we're slowly back.
That seems reasonable and not dumb. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Neil, I assume I can control Bear from being aggressive.
Bear is growling. You can restrain him.
Yeah.
Table.
So we are slowly moving backwards from the mother.
Right. The mother starts growling. She gets back up on her two hind feet, waves her arms around for a little bit, but generally lets you guys go with just being threatening to you. You make your way past the bear and continue northward, checking occasionally for signs of this axe and keeping your eyes peeled out for goblin tracks somewhere.
Yeah.
And I get can I get a wisdom check from Kine?
Yes. Wisdom check. Do I get any modifiers?
No.
70% chance?
That's a pass, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kine, while you are walking along, you hear some strange noises coming from the east.
So
That's out
the
towards the beach. Yeah.
I'm sorry, west, from the west. Got my cardinal directions mixed up there. From deeper into the forest.
Can I make any sense of these noises? Are there maybe sounds of war, hyenas and goblins?
It definitely doesn't sound like a hyena, but there's a rather rhythmic noise. Maybe something walking or a bunch of somethings walking. It could be a goblin patrol. It seems to be like a rather regular moving sound, but you can't see anything.
I hold my hand. Wait, I hear something. Sounds rhythmic, not a sound of the forest.
Perhaps we should find cover.
Yeah, better.
Do you not think we should just keep going? If that is goblins, we don't want to get surrounded.
That's true, but we also don't want to get spotted.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kind? Do you think we can give them birth? Or should we just stop?
Can I somehow hear if they're coming closer? Or...
No, there's a lot of sounds to the forest, and it's hard to tell how far away they are, and the sounds can bounce off of rocks and down through valleys. At this point, you can't quite tell whether they're getting closer or farther.
I can't say in which direction they move, so...
Well, if it's goblins, the only way they can catch us is if we stop. We're quicker than them. Or at least as quick.
But what if it's not goblins?
But, well, what makes a rhythmic sound other than goblin patrols?
Ogres?
The time is against us here, Van. If we have to fight, well, then we'll fight. But if we just wait...
But if we are surrounded...
I think we should keep going.
Fine.
Yeah.
We are all faster than goblins. We can run if need be.
Yep.
Hey.
I move on the east side of the two, just to be sure to be behind the man with the armor.
Van's right-handed, so his shield's on his left side anyway, so he's got that nice 19 AC for that.
Well, west is on your right side. We are moving south.
No, we're moving north.
Yeah, we're going north.
Didn't we say south? We didn't find any tracks on the beach.
Yeah, I thought...
Somebody's past us in the night.
Yeah. We were talking in the camp.
Oh, okay. I thought something wrong. No.
Okay.
Anyway.
You guys are headed northward still. The noise seems to be not... You guys pick up your pace. You stop searching. You stop, trying to detect battle axes. But the noises seem to be keeping up with you. Or maybe they're coming from in front of you. Or maybe it's not something moving, but you continue to hear the noise even after 5 minutes of pushing ahead.
It is not getting louder.
No. It's hard to hear exactly what it is. It's definitely some sort of... you're not sure. What is that noise?
That is weird.
Yeah.
Unnatural.
While we're moving, I think Van brings up the thought of taking cover and seeing if we can wait out whatever it is.
All right, we can wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm not waiting any more than that.
Sure. And then I think we're going to look around for some bushes or just anything we can hide behind.
Neil, is there a tree I can climb?
There are many trees you can climb.
I shall climb a tree.
All right.
Me too. If it's not too... I look for a not too difficult tree.
I'm not doing it to hide. I'm trying to get a better view, but...
A tree with low branches.
If I can't
Van's
find
like
any,
wrapping his metal arms around the tree, just going, "Aren't you bastards gonna help me?"
If I can't find one, then I just
want to make sure there's not a fucking giant.
All right. You are unskilled climbers. Trees have abundant handholds. Give me an 80% chance to climb the tree.
Nick
to
has...
climb.
Nick has no problem scaling the tree.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right, the two of you climb two separate trees.
Close to each other?
Yes, you can see each other.
Try and get a look over the canopy.
You don't really get one. You climb in the trees and you get stuck in the canopy. Climbing a tree usually obscures your vision more than helps it in this sort of dense forest.
All right, well then I go back down.
Okay. The 5 minutes pass, and the sound disappears. Or I should say, the sound disappears in the 5 minutes as you wait.
Does it like slowly fade away into the distance, or does it just stop?
Yeah.
It's not a hard stop. It's kind of intermittent. You know, Kane's the one that hears it the best. And it kind of fades out, then it comes back, and then it fades out. Then it comes back for a while, and then it disappears again.
Is it coming from different directions? Or is it changing the direction from?
No, it seems to be from the west, as best as you can tell. But you know, you're in a forest, and sounds kind of come from all around. They have a tendency to echo a little bit.
Yeah, I'm carefully climbing down, as careful as I can, and sound, it's unnatural. It doesn't change direction. It's coming back and going away again.
Unless it is a search party searching for us in all different places, but I can't imagine goblins being regimented enough to make a sound
And the
like
search party would make noise from different directions. It is just west.
that. Maybe it's related to those missing dwarves.
Yeah, something is weird with the mountains.
Yeah. Look, let's keep going, shall we?
Sure.
Okay. You guys push on.
We resume searching, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be long before we reach this unpassable bit on the coast.
Maybe, I don't know.
right?
How far away are we?
I don't think we were that far off.
I think we have ways of getting around it.
Yeah, we do, but the dwarf doesn't. So if we get to there and he's not, and we don't find him yet, then
Then we just travel back south.
yeah. All right.
Kime, if that noise starts to close in on us, let us know.
Of course.
Okay. So, 1 hour melts into 2, and eventually you kind of break out on this cliff overlooking the ocean where you didn't quite realize that the beach had stopped. Your view was obscured of it. And it's a 30-foot cliff down to some rocky beach below, the waves crashing up against the cliffside. You can see out towards the large mountains, and that this section kind of just extends into these hills for a little ways, and then just kind of meets with the cliffside and forms a sheer, impassable section. You drop down maybe 100 feet or so to the ocean, and there's no way to go past that. Looking up in this kind of hilly area, it's still surrounded by trees, but they begin to lessen as you get up there. You can't see any signs of life up in that back area, but you know, it's a forest, so there's probably something living in there.
Let's just get right to the edge of this cliff to make sure, and then turn back around.
Sure.
And near no tracks in sight. From anything?
Yeah, you do spot a pair of tracks, actually.
What
Just
kind
one?
of pair?
Let's take a look. Or a set of tracks, I should say. Let's not give too much information yet.
Can we take our first break here in a minute? Because I need to take care of something.
Sure. Can you wait just like 2 minutes?
Sure.
Somebody's
It's a
breaking
set
into
of
Sean's room.
spider tracks.
That wouldn't surprise me.
No, you fail your identification roll. You cannot quite tell what it is. But
But
these
can
tracks
I,
do head north.
Can I look at the shape and...
Well, that's what Neil means, right?
Well, it has to have some kind of shape. I don't know what it is, but maybe...
It's fairly broad. The signs you're seeing, they're not like nice, good imprints in the ground. It's just, hey, here's this pattern of things kind of slightly indented in this way, and it goes in, you know, and here's some branches being broken, and here's a twig, and here's some compressed grass. There's definitely something moving this way.
I can't discern if it's only something with 2 feet or 4.
It looks like a biped, 2 feet. If
Someone
there are
else-
multiple things, then there's, you know, not more than 5. But it might only be 1.
Well, let's just follow the tracks to the edge of the cliff and then
We should be
doesn't pick anything
careful.
up.
Looks
We should
maybe
turn back.
All right, you
small
guys head
village.
to the edge of the cliff, and we'll see you guys on the other side of a break. Bye bye.